I don't have a tattoo on my body that doesn't mean something. What looks random to most people, actually, it's the entire story. My motorcycle was custom painted, orange and blue, custom airbrush work. The day of the accident, there were 4 or 5 of us out that day. Just a little leisure cruise. I was only going 35 miles an hour, and I hit a patch of sand in a turn, so the back end kicked out. I went off side of the road, stuck in a marsh, so I went from 35 to 0, like, instantly. So I was going 35 miles an hour when I wrecked. I was on a Suzuki GSXR. Her name is Mia. I wrecked on Ozella Trail going into a left-hand turn. All the filler signifies the water because I wrecked in the swamp. This is what the top of my tire looks like, you know, with all the tread patterns and all that. It was a street bike, so you lay on a street bike, you know, so I crushed everything on the inside. I thought I was fine. I almost went home. The paramedics showed up. I didn't have a pulse in my left arm, so there was arterial damage, they said, and they couldn't get a blood pressure.
Kevin was taken to a small rural hospital where I identified that he had severe life-threatening injuries and that he was bleeding to death from internal injuries. And we sent the helicopter out and we quickly flighted him back here to UF Health.
So that's when I knew it was really, really bad. The helipad symbol, because I was airlifted, this is the tail number from the helicopter. They flew me to UF Health.
He was evaluated quickly by the trauma team, and we quickly identified that he had injuries that were going to require an operation. He ultimately needed to have his spleen removed and to have the bleeding stopped.
If they had sent me anywhere else, you know, I think it would have turned out differently.
We here at UF Health are the only level 1 trauma center here, serving the citizens of North Central Florida. And at a level 1 trauma center, we have the ability to care for the most severely injured patients in a timely fashion. Kevin spent several days up in our trauma intensive care unit where he received care for the next few days, and then he transitioned to the floor and then worked forward to his rehabilitation process. If
I could say something to everybody who helped me, the only thing that I could come up with would be thank you.
As trauma surgeons, we don't always get to see our patients after they come to that complete full recovery, and being able to be a part of that and seeing Kevin graduate and seeing how far he had come is really meaningful, and it has meant a lot to me as a trauma surgeon.
I have a star for some people who I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. My grandmother, my mom, my uncle, and my little brother. And then the date I wrecked was 10/3/13. When I look at my scar every day, it lets me know that I can survive anything.